What up, everybody? It's the Wheel World. We're here just being skaters at home, doing our thing. What's up, Black Girl Skate? What's up, Scaly Girl Portland? What's up, Elliot, Bren, Zen, That Festival Life? What's up, Zen Mastery in the house? Chris and Bulls. Ooh, yeah, Elliot giving me shout out backs. Very sick. What's up, Beth? What's up, Bang Skateboards? Very sick. Felipe. Pokepin. Instagram sucks, lol. True. 301 Craig 5. What's up? What's up? We are just waiting for our guest of honor. I think she just came in the door. Very chill. Let's go live. Ooh. What's up, Marby? Oh,
Hey.
There she is. What's up?
What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Dude, so good. How do you feel about watching some of your footy?
Oh, I love it. I love watching myself skate. That's like the one bad thing about skating is I can't watch myself skate because I'm doing it.
Very sick. You want to tell us what we're watching here?
This is my part for Quit Your Day Job vid. I think it came out in 2016.
Yeah, but you didn't quit your day job though.
Oh, I didn't quit my day job. No, I have a day job.
Poser.
Yeah, I didn't name the video, but I understand the sentiment. You know, it's good sentiment. Not for me, but pretty, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little later. How's your quarantine?
It's been chilling. I've just been at home.
Dude, that was sick. Sorry, the
Yeah.
nose slide, tail slide.
Yeah, super fun. I got a box and a rail now, so I'm gonna maybe recreate that one of these days.
So sick. I have a rail, but I don't have a box.
Yeah, I got a rail, and then I just kept wishing it was a box, so I made a box.
Wait, is this your ledge in here in the edit, or was that?
No, that's a different ledge.
Oh, okay.
A similar looking ledge. They all look very similar, you know. But
was that UC Irvine, or what school is that?
UC Irvine. Yeah, this right here in the intro and also in one of the last clips, we did quite a bit of filming at UC Irvine because that's where I went to school. We would all meet up. They would all get free food at the dining halls, you know. I'd swipe them in and then we'd go skate, usually at night because, you know, it's kind of hard to wrangle the whole crew together. And by the time we had everyone together, usually it was nighttime, but
yeah, your whole
ton
part
of fun.
seems to be at night, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much most of it's at night because the earliest we could even like get everyone together, we would start maybe like Momo would wake up at like 11 and then the earliest we'd get out the door is like 4 p.m.
Very sick. And you were filming for that for like probably like a year or two or something like that?
This was a couple of months. This was, I think, freshman year until like February. February, I actually injured myself filming for this video, and I think that was, you know, if you want to know my background story, part of the reason I didn't quit my day job, you know, had an injury, couldn't skate for about a year, and
What'd
then
you hurt?
my ACL, I tore my ACL in my knee.
No way. Is all this footage pre-ACL tear then?
Pre-ACL tear, yeah. Don't expect footage out of me like this ever again.
Dude, I saw your freestyle edit. I don't know. Well, sick. Well, let's officially get this party started. Welcome, Kat. Before we fully get started, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Kristen. I'm reporting live here from occupied Duwamish territory, aka Seattle. We got a live studio audience, as you can see up
Very
above.
cute.
This microphone is not plugged in. This is a bed sheet behind me, so you know what time it is. It's the Wheel World. These are true stories of skaters picked to go live on Instagram, have their responses recorded to find out what happens when we stop being polite and start getting real. Welcome to the Wheel World. And yeah, before we fully get into it, reminder, this is a PG-13 show, potentially rated R, we never know. And this isn't intended for like younger kids. Just want to throw that out there. And the goal of this segment is just to kind of bring our community of like women, trans, gender non-conforming, queer skateboarders from around the world, bring us together just in this time where we can't really be connected in person. So just, you know, doing it digitally for the time being. But yeah, Kat, how we doing? How are you holding up?
Doing good. Yeah. I'm very fortunate to be one of the people who can work from home. So just
Mm,
been chugging along working from home and also very fortunate I'm with my family right now. So yeah, in the house I grew up in and have
whoa,
lived all my life. So
nice. And where's that at?
Foster City, California. It's a suburb of San Francisco,
Oh, okay. And north, south, like
south of San Francisco.
south, south. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Sweet. Ready to get into some basic questions?
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. Okay, everyone's favorite. How old are you?
I'm 22.
I really, I just feel like you're older than me. Like,
I feel like I'm older too.
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm glad. At least we're on the same page. We're on the same page here. All right.
Besides the fact that I live at home, that's one thing that's about my age.
Yeah, that's maybe like the only thing. Yeah. Sweet. Next thing is, you already answered this, but you are currently residing at your parents' house in, yeah,
Yeah,
out at the
Foster
Bay,
City.
Foster City. But where did you grow up skating? Like, is there a skate park there? Or?
Yeah, there's actually a skate park here in Foster City. I think it got built maybe when I was like 12 or 13. And fun story about that is me and my friends all went to the city hall meeting to kind of get that skate park built. Some young, activism, civic duty. We went to the city hall meeting. Like skate park would be a great thing for our city, and made it happen. It's closed down right now though because of quarantine. So I've just been making my own training facility. Over there is my quarter pipe that I built.
Very nice.
So yeah, finding ways to skate at home.
Nice. Yeah, same thing here. I got a curb, flat bar, or little rail. I need a ledge though. So
Ledge is crucial. Yeah, definitely.
ledge going.
Maybe build your own ledge tutorial coming soon.
Ooh, help us
Could
out.
be. Ooh, I might. I just got a ton of lumber off of Craigslist free, so we're
Ooh,
we're in business.
so resourceful. What were your first pair of skate shoes?
I think I don't know what they're called. They're not skate shoes. Like my mom has these shoes. There's some like kind of slip on. I think they're called Rockwells or something. They're like a slip on. They're like an old people shoe that my mom wore, and I was like, oh, my mom's so cool. I'm gonna wear them too. They're just like imagine just an old people slip on, like a brown leather shoe. That was my first pair of skate shoes, and then you can see in this photo I'm wearing some World Industries shoes. I wore a lot of World Industries or Airwalks when I was younger because this wasn't when Airwalks were cool. Like this is when they were already like sold out, but they were the cheapest shoe, so repped a lot of those.
Hell yeah. Um, what is an obstacle you'd be fine never skating again in your life?
Stairs for sure. No, I don't care for stairs.
Is that what you hurt your knee on?
Yeah, or a handrail. I don't really care for handrails either. Stairs or handrails, anything to do with stairs. Not
Gotcha.
not a big fan of. They just kind of hurt and aren't worth it.
Yeah, I feel it. Any sponsors or shout outs? Now, in my sponsor shout outs, you can will sponsors to happen. Okay. You can shout out your future sponsors, or you can shout out your old sponsors or your current sponsors, or all three. Choose your own
Oh,
adventure.
cool. Well, I like to shout out their skateboards. Jeff and Unity, the whole queer skateboarding community has been super amazing and been able to, help me out with boards. We just went on a trip recently, so that is like so amazing that got to happen. Like that I'm able to like go on skate trips and like live my skate dreams. That was super awesome. That was pretty cool. I'd like to, also shout out to Meow Skateboards. I ride their boards a lot as well, and I'm always like super supportive of what Lisa's doing at Meow and all of that stuff. Alex at Crux Trucks. I don't ride Crux Trucks, but I have them. They're pretty cool. But yeah, shout out there. And sponsors that I want to happen. I When I was younger, I was like Tampax for sure. Put me on. But now I use a Diva Cup, so Tampax. It's too late for that. You don't have a chance anymore. Better
Dang.
for the environment. Shout out to Diva Cup and all you people out there who use menstrual cups. Good stuff. Great for the environment. good stuff.
Hell yeah. Shout out Diva Cup. Thank you for sponsoring Cat.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get laced with the Diva Cup sponsorship.
Dude,
all right.
It's good stuff.
Very sick. Are you ready for the deeper questions? The questions that hit a little harder? Are you
Yeah,
ready?
sure. I'm ready.
Cool. I like to ask for consent, you know?
Yeah.
Tell us about being a tech bro.
Being a tech bro, it's pretty great. I definitely know that I was able to like kind of get into this job, get into this industry from a place of privilege. You know, both of my parents have college education, and I was myself able to get a college education. But I'm really happy with the company that I work at, because they sponsor a lot of programs for people who don't have are from non-traditional backgrounds. They make an effort to allow people from non-traditional backgrounds to kind of break into the industry and get into tech. And from what I can say, it's like anyone who wants to kind of like, who doesn't know anything about like definitely professional industries or anything like that, the bar is pretty low. So just try it. Just go for it. But yeah.
Where do you work though? For people that don't know.
Oh, I work at LinkedIn. Yeah.
Can you tell me, like, what do you do every day? Are you just typing in ones and zeros? Like, I just kind of want to know, like, walk me through, like, because for me, I get on Slack and I, like, blah, 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 and I post on Instagram and I send some emails and maybe I make a roster. But, like, for you, I literally have no idea what you're doing.
That's kind of a lot of the things I do every day. I think most of it is I'm on Slack, I'm in meetings, all of that stuff. And then after all of that, I do some like computer programming and coding. So like anything you see, if you've ever taken a coding class, or there's tons of like online coding classes, all of that stuff, it's pretty similar to that. It's like that, but much more convoluted and way less straightforward, I would say. But I would say many of the like free online courses or even like a paid online courses, it's pretty true to what you do every day. But maybe only like 20 or 30% of that. Most of it is like meetings. When we had an office or a campus, it was like free food, free coffee, free snacks, a lot of free stuff that probably won't be around after all of this. But I'm glad I got in there while it lasted, you know. But yeah, it's pretty much just like an office job. You're just typing away, maybe do a little bit of math, and that's about it.
Very sick. That's awesome. I feel like I can be a computer programmer now. So
you can. I trust me. I think everyone can.
That's amazing.
It's not that hard.
I got it. I see that everyone just got sponsored by Crux in the chat. Shout out to Alex White. Thank you for sponsoring the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, Crux is great.
Shout out Crux. Question: do you still live in your car or like a boat or?
I do not. I have my car still. I used to live in my car for about like 2.5 years while I was going through college. And then after that, I moved back home. After I moved back home, I got a boat. And then I lived in that boat for a little while. But after all of that, I sold the boat. I'm back home. This is probably the best quarantine situation. I have access to a bathroom and a room and a fridge. So yeah, no more car, no more boat, just back home. But always open to it, you know?
Gotcha. What is the best skate trick that you've ever done? Like, bring me to that spot. Tell me about it. Where were you?
Let me see. Definitely some of my stuff in Quit Your Day Job. What is the best one? I think that I did an impossible down the 5-stair. That one definitely took me the longest to do because I had never like done that trick downstairs. And I was like, oh, we're filming. Time to learn a new trick right here on the spot. So that was definitely probably one that I worked the hardest for, and yeah, one of best tricks that I've done.
That's so sick. That trick is gnarly, like on a fingerboard. You know what I mean? It's gnarly, no comply. Yeah. It's like fucked up down like stairs. That's so sick. Awesome. Tell us a little bit more about your, you do a lot of geometric like grip tape art, and I kind of blew it. I meant to grab a photo of that, but I forgot. Here's a photo of Kat building a ledge as a child, but tell us a little bit about your grip tape.
Yeah, I like to do designs on my grip tape just because one thing that I really think is great about it is it takes me so long to do that it really prevents me from setting up new boards too often. You know, now that I can afford to get boards and I'm like sent boards, very grateful for all that. I like to still, you know, use my boards to the very end. And one thing that really helps me with that is it takes so long to do those, and I just don't want to grip another board once I finish. But other than that, it's just something I like doing. I like being able to like quickly, first of all, I'm a very practical person. I like to quickly identify my board out of a crowd. And also, I just think it looks really, really nice. And I'm just, you know, I'm just really artistic.
Oh, you're artistic with a math spin. Like, it's not just like a little picture. It's like literally, I see it. It's like very like crazy, like all the angles and stuff.
Yeah, it's really easy to cut straight lines.
Nice. All right, last deeper question is similar to computer programming. I don't understand what's happening when you do a pressure flip, or like, what are your tips? What you got?
I don't know how to do a pressure flip either.
I mean, sorry, excuse me. Impossible. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I can see how they're kind of similar, even though I don't know how to do a pressure flip.
I was thinking of the forward flip. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. That's all good. That's all good. I just want to put it out there that there's nothing wrong with doing pressure flips. I just don't do them, just personally. You know, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the impossible. I think the real key is it's such a weird timing thing. You know, with an ollie or a kickflip or something, you kind of flick and pop like almost at the same time. But with an impossible, like that's why a lot of people can do them no comply pretty easily. It's a little bit delayed. The scoop and when you're wrapping it around is like maybe a millisecond more delayed than most other like flip tricks or any other tricks like that. One tip that's really helped me, I don't have any skateboards around, but is putting my front foot, like a lot of people set their feet up like a tray flip, but I put my front foot like almost all the way across the board, like I'm doing like a really weird scoopy ollie or something. And that is kind of what helps me with the timing. If my foot's all the way across the board, then it takes longer for it to get out of the way, and it makes my timing better when I'm actually like wrapping the trick. So that's the in-depth analysis there.
There's been a request in the chat for a visual demonstration. Would you?
Okay, I'll go find my board. Here's my garden. I've also been working on gardening while I've been in quarantine. There's my basil and chili plants.
Wow.
This is my nice suburban house. I just love the suburbs. There's all the wood
We're getting a live
I got
demo.
off of Craigslist free. Yeah, gonna make a box. This was maybe a bit.
Oh my gosh! I just saw that Dan commented that he survived coronavirus, so that's amazing.
Oh, dude, there's some kids across the street. There's some kids across the street. They're skating.
So sick. You must live in Cali, bro.
I live in Cali. I'm a Cali. Can I turn this around? I don't know how to turn the camera around. What if I double? Whoa! I double tapped and it worked. Yeah, this is how you impossible. I'm gonna try not to move my arms, which is really hard because I really like to flail. But this is the foot positioning I'm talking about. Like having most of your front foot over the board like that, rather than having it right there. So maybe I can, yeah, let's try this. All right, you didn't see that, but I landed it. Okay. And super clean. It was bolts too.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like the camera didn't capture it, I don't think, but yeah, it was clean and it was bolts.
Very sick. Well, that was great. Thank you for that demonstration. I'm over here just realizing that I can put all these weird filters on myself. Oh. So that's cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like that one. That looks fun. Amazing. Well, thank you for that tutorial.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ready to answer some questions from your fans?
Yeah, of course, always.
All right, cool. Let's see what we got here. From Kim Woozy, what advice do you have for other skaters who are interested in pursuing a career in STEM?
Definitely, like learning is always like a huge thing. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is like college doesn't teach you anything. All of the stuff I learned in college is from the internet. So I think you can kind of take that learning into your own hands and take advantage of the internet and all of the resources that are out there, and many of them are free. And I think a lot of people don't know that. So that's something I would definitely suggest. And reach out to people as well. I think that's another thing. I work at LinkedIn, so maybe this is a very LinkedIn answer, but I think a lot of people, you don't have the connections when you don't come from a background that is like, really in this industry. But I think a lot of people are very, very open more than not. If you reach out to people and say, oh, but when you're reaching out to people, definitely knowing how to reach out to people, also like kind of coming with a clear goal in mind of what like they can bring you or you can bring them, kind of like, yeah, having clear goal, like asking open-ended questions to people like, oh, how do I do this or something, like is kind of a lot harder to answer than saying like, oh, what are the resources I can use to like help myself and learn and progress like that. So kind of asking more specific questions or knowing what you're looking for really helps when reaching out to people for those resources. So yeah.
Got it. So get on LinkedIn. I actually just recently started to spruce up my LinkedIn. So maybe you can follow me or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you a friend request or whatever it's called.
Amazing. I love it. Aiden Skaten wants to know what your favorite trick is.
Favorite trick? Definitely favorite flat ground trick for sure. The impossible. I love that trick. It's just so fun. Feels super good. And then ledge trick is a crooked grind. I love doing crooked grinds. They're just also very fun. They feel good, and yeah, those are some good tricks.
Very sick. Dan says, now that you are a BMX master, could you be the first person to impossible a bike or slappy?
I think he's a slappy a curb,
one. Yeah.
slappy curb. Definitely. I've been thinking, there's like a lot of potential there. I think there is like a bike equivalent to a slappy that I've been working on. So, edit coming soon.
Just gotta stay tuned.
Yeah.
Is it true that you had a dog in your dorm at UCI for a month?
This is true. When we were filming for Quit Your Day Job, Annie Guglia from Canada was staying in my dorm with me with her dog for a month. That was pretty good. College is really expensive, and I was really trying to get my money's worth. So I'm like, everyone's going to get free housing, everyone's going to get free food while I'm here. And we're really going to get our money's worth here. So Annie was staying in the dorms with me with her dog. Elo was there for a couple of nights. Sav was staying with me for like a month. Yeah, I was the worst roommate ever.
Sounds like pretty good if you're hooking everybody up, though. I'm not going to lie. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
All right, let's take one more question, then we're going to move into our hashtag period. Let's see. What do we got here? Pokeypin asks, how mad was your mom when you took your shirt off during WAF a few years back?
She was definitely really, really mad. She told me to delete my Instagram.
How did she see it? She saw it on Insta?
Because we follow each other, or we used to follow each other on Instagram, but I had to block her. I heard the sliding door open and I got scared, but I think it's my neighbors. I had to block her and told her I deleted it. And we're still blocked, which is really unfortunate because she posts really cute videos of my dog and photos of my dog that I can't see now because she's blocked. So I have to like ask my sister when I'm not home. I have to ask my sister every couple of months, if my dog's still alive, if she's posted recently. So yeah. She was really mad, and she to this day still thinks I don't have an Instagram.
Block your mom is a good skate witch or
good job
challenge. True, very true.
It's true.
Except, yeah.
But
shout out to skate moms out there, moms that are supportive of their children regardless of their identity and representation and weird things they do on the internet. So yeah. Cool. All right, we're gonna move into the hashtag portion. So basically, I'm gonna put an image or a video on the screen. You are gonna describe it in 3 hashtags or less. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, wonderful.
Yes, this is elite, I would say. I think that's about it. That's about it. And number one.
Hashtag 2000 to 525th.
It's number one, that's wrong.
You're the numbers person, so
Yeah,
I feel
these rankings are inaccurate. I was actually 69th for a while. I think one year I got like 4th place in exposure, and that like shot me up to 69th
Wow.
place. And that's the only ranking that I ever wanted to have. So I have accomplished all my goals.
I love it. All right, tell us your hashtags for this photo.
90s. This wasn't taken in the 90s. I'm not old enough for that to be in the 90s, but you see that little kid in the background with his big shirt and his backward snapback and his shorts? Like 90s. And Cobras, because that was what was on my shirt. It was a really cool Cobra shirt. I had really good taste back then.
What skate park is this? Or is this like a spot? Are you street
This
skating?
is
What's happening?
not. This is a spot. It's a Shoreview skate park in San Mateo. It's this like little recreation of Pier 7. It's such a fun park. It's just ledges.
Sick. Yeah. That's what's up.
Mani pads and ledges. No
Dude,
stairs.
I've been saying, like, why are skate parks so big? Like, chill out. Like, what are you building this for? Like, boom boom hug jam? Like, I'm just trying to manual. Like,
For real, for real. I used to do summer camps here at this skate park, and it was a nightmare because like all the kids were like 6 and couldn't ollie, and it's all ledges.
True.
But other than that, awesome park.
Were you about to ollie off this? Also, how old are you? You look 3, but your age is not what you look like or act like, so I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I think I was probably like 7 or 8 in this photo. I know I started skating when I was 7, and this was probably shortly after that because I still had all my pads on.
Cute. Did you start when you were like 6 or something?
Yeah, I started skating when I was 7. I think I got my skateboard for my 7th birthday. So, started very young. That was my little like Walmart skateboard. I had a Kryptonic skateboard.
Shout out Kryptonics, also sponsoring tonight's portion. Thank you so much, Kryptonics.
They had decent wheels. Like Kryptonics, I think it used to be a wheels company before, it's all but that skateboard, I still have the wheels and the rest of it is disintegrated.
Got it. All right, moving on. Tell us about this epic short film.
Oh, this was pretty good stuff. This was, the height of my YouTube career. I had like YouTube when I was like whenever YouTube started, like 2005 or 2006, and I had obviously been looking like I think that was the best time to start skateboarding is when YouTube existed because all of there were so many tutorials you could on demand watch the tricks that you were trying to learn and all of that stuff. So I was pretty active on YouTube when I was younger, and this was me trying to contribute to the YouTube video economy. But yeah, it's much more effort than Instagram, which is why I think I'm mostly on Instagram these days, not because I couldn't make it as a successful YouTube vlogger. So just putting it out there.
There's still time. How old were you when you made this? Also, where's your hashtags at?
Oh, my hashtags. I don't hashtag girl skater, hashtag girl skate video, hashtag girl skate network. Yeah, those are my hashtags for this video. And I think this was 2011, so I was 14.
Wow. Incredible. Puns beyond your years.
I know, incredible.
Love
and NBD as well. That's one of the hashtags here.
NBD.
There's NBD.
True. Okay, tell us about this squad photo.
This squad photo was a photo shoot for Urban Outfitters.
Shout out Urban Outfitters. Thank you so much for your generous contribution to make it possible.
Yeah, Urban Outfitters. Yeah, they were just like, hey, all of you skaters, you guys want $1,000 in a cash for 2 days worth of work. So I completely missed the first day. And I think this was the second day. All the squad, pretty awesome. We're all, decked out in Urban Outfitters clothes. But yeah, and then at the end of the day, they just handed all of us an envelope, $1,000. None of that, tax free completely. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, after that, I have to think that this was a unsuccessful campaign though, because pretty much after this, they like ghosted all of us. It's like at
Mhm.
least they paid us. Thank God they paid us. But after this, like no one heard from them ever again. So yeah, they must have spent a lot of money and probably wasn't that successful, but it's pretty cool. A
Yeah.
lot of fun. Really solid crew though, and all the people we were working with, super nice, super fun, and bought us lunch. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Aiden wants to know if you got to keep the clothes.
We did get to keep the clothes too, so it was pretty cool.
Sick.
Yeah,
Very awesome. So yeah, they outfitted you all with $1,000. That's dope. They're kind
yeah,
of a little ahead of their time. This was like 2016, maybe.
yeah. I think so. I think so. We were very urbanly outfitted.
Yeah. It was like a little ahead of its time. Maybe like maybe they saw the skate Instagram and they're like, "Ooh, we're trying to make something kind of like that or some shit." And they're like, "All right, we got to have multiple people in overalls. We got to have flames, probably some roses, you know,
True.
colorful." Yeah.
Yeah, actually, now that I think of it, you're totally right about that. This is like, I mean, I guess it was trendy back then, but now it's like mad trendy.
Yeah, you were like ahead of the trend. You and Urban Outfitters
Yeah.
on the cutting edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, side note, Urban Outfitters kind of sucks. Just want to say that.
Yeah. 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 I wouldn't suggest that anyone really shop there or yeah.
Not support Urban Outfitters. They have
Yeah.
supported pretty
I
homophobic things in the
I'm
past.
pretty sure every single person, another reason why you got totally ghosted after this is every single person who worked there, who worked with us on that shoot, they were all super awesome, but none of them still work there. Like, I saw on LinkedIn, they're all away.
You check them out on LinkedIn.
Yeah, of course.
Love it. I love that I talk into this microphone as if it's on. It's pretty fun. All right. A lot of people don't know this, but you're on the cover of a book.
I am on the cover of that book. This is a textbook for, I think, CSU East Bay, or a textbook made by one of those professors. This is one of the Skate Like a Girl Bay Area Town Park sessions, and that's me on the cover. Super awesome sessions, super awesome program, having sessions in Oakland Town Park to kind of bring the community together and teach a lot of people from like underprivileged youths skateboarding and like having this kind of opportunity to have fun and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I really hope no one who's at that school starts to resent me being on the cover of this book. I hope they don't get assigned a ton of homework that involves, reading and writing papers, even though I'm sure it's a lovely book. But yeah.
Amazing. All right. And our last one I need some hashtags for is this photo.
X Games. Yep. Mega Ramp.
Okay.
And Roxy. That's the brand of the jacket I was wearing. Shout out to Roxy Quicksilver. Does anyone remember that? I know Alex was sponsored by them in the early 2000s.
Roxy Shoes has come on board as a sponsor of the Wheel World. So thank you, Roxy Shoes.
Nice. Yeah. That's some excellent stuff. So yeah, there we go. Been building ramps since I was pretty young.
Nice.
It's good skills to have. All of my skills that I've been training for this quarantine.
Love
my whole life. I've been preparing my whole life.
I see that. What went down on this ramp? Were mostly drop-ins, launches out? Were you just tell me about some moves that went down on this ramp? Because to me, it looks like I would break it. How about you?
Yeah, I think it was probably like 9 or 10. So
okay,
definitely I would break it now because I've probably gained a ton of weight being in quarantine. But it was set up right here. In my backyard in this really skinny area right next to my house. That was, oh, whoa, that's exactly where it was. So it was set up right here and I did some rock to fakies. I dropped in on it and kick turns. But other than that, there was really nowhere to launch out. There was no coping at the bottom to like, not coping, there's no thing at the bottom, so you kind of had to lift up. So mostly just rock to fakies and kick turns and yeah, rock and rolls too. That's where I learned rock and rolls, so that's pretty good stuff.
Very
And
sick.
I didn't break it, which is pretty nice.
What happened to it? Where's this ramp now? VH1, where is it now?
Definitely disassembled, went into other projects. We actually took the deck part, or the thing that's the ramp part of the ramp, the incline of the ramp, and me and my friends set that up on cinder blocks, and we like used it as a manual pad. So that was pretty cool. Friends in my neighborhood used to skate, so that's what we would do. You know, some at home, you know, like Warble, Mull Brothers, DIY shenanigans kind of thing. Super fun.
So sick. All right, we got our last one here, and it's a vid.
Yeah, there we go. This was my this is my part of my skate video when I was younger. I think the hashtags would associate with this is you know, new age goth, you know, cut the clip, and
Where are you? Oh, there you go.
and Windows Movie Maker 2009. That's what I would.
You were
put
ahead of the
Atlas.
curve on like the selfie cam too. You
Oh, yeah.
selfie cammed with like, dude.
Oh yeah, and I cut the clips all the time. If I didn't land it, I just cut it. You know, I was a purveyor of the utmost quality in my videos for sure. Oh man, that spot's actually down the street from my house. I've been meaning to like go there and wax it, but God, it took me so much wax to even get that skatable like back then. And
Wait, what was that? That was a pressure flip, wasn't it?
that was a varial flip. That was just a really low varial flip.
Okay.
But you know, I'll learn pressure flips because it seems like that. You know, I'm trendy and alternative enough to do pressure flips. So you know, I'll get working on that.
I would agree.
But yeah, a ton of selfie filming, mostly because like all of my friends, you know, were dudes and they didn't really want to film me.
Really?
But this line they filmed for me, but that's pretty good stuff. Yeah, this was like me and my friends in our little at-home neighborhood setup. So
how many
good
kids
stuff.
skated like in your neighborhood and stuff?
It was me, and then down the street that way, my friends Khalil and Khalik, they were brothers. They skated as well, just in this like kind of cul-de-sac. And then there were a couple of people from the neighboring like cul-de-sacs who skated as well. So we would all kind of meet up at Khalil and Khalik's house, and we would all like I would like roll my ramp over from my house to theirs, and we would just set up everything. We had those little plastic kickers, you know, that everyone's had that break, and they're death, but super fun.
Very sick. That's amazing. Well, I think we have a couple extra questions, so I'm just gonna roll your footage and see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Oh, Beth wants to know what your favorite skate park is while we watch your skate footage.
Oh yeah, Foster City Skate Park is my favorite because it's not the features, it's not the obstacles, it's the convenience to me and where I live that makes it my favorite. It's like down the street, I can bike to it, you know, don't gotta use a car, don't gotta, you know, emit any gas and use any of that. So it's my favorite skate park because it is the closest to me.
Is that also the one? Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah, also it's the one I helped get built when I was a kid. But that means nothing to me other than, you know, it's convenient.
That's sick. Kate wants to know, make a skateboard from 3D printer or garbage, question mark?
Actually, I did this a lot when I was younger. I would take like pieces of plywood and stuff and I would like cut them into skateboard shapes, and maybe I'll do some of that now because it was a ton of fun. I made a bunch of longboards too. Like I made a longboard out of plywood and scooter wheels, which was one of my greatest creations. I don't know if I have any footage of me using that, but definitely super down to do, like just throw some wheels on things.
Yeah, you're like a resident construction worker and craft guru in our scene, so please help us.
It was actually, yeah, my dream as a kid to be a construction worker. So
wow, that's amazing.
Definitely.
So wholesome. Too bad you work with computers now. All right.
No.
Manu wants to know, how does one become so good at woodworking? Kind of similar to what we were just talking about.
This is another thing that the age of YouTube was like super helpful for. Like YouTube, just Google everything. You don't need like a ton of tools. I was lucky that I have like a garage and space. That's something that always helps, but it's not really necessary because, you know, like basic tools, like a little handsaw or like, you know, a carving knife or something like that, those are like all you need to kind of get started on like woodworking. I get a lot of my wood for free because I just go looking around Craigslist free or like pick up old pallets and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's like very low barrier to entry. You got to just, you know, kind of dive in and go for it. Like now that I've, you know, been woodworking for a long time, I've invested in tools and stuff like that. But when I started woodworking, I was probably like in elementary school. My dad let me use like all the saws and stuff when I was like probably too young to be using them. But that was, yeah, like I like hand sawed out a skateboard from a plank of wood when I was a kid. I had much more like motivation and time, I guess. So, you know, there's a pretty low barrier to get started, you know, just like, I guess it's like thinking of what's a good project to start with is kind of something that is like harder for a lot of people. But now I think there's like endless resources on the internet to like
Mm,
find a good starting project.
nice. That's super interesting. Do you have siblings, or are you an only child?
I have a sister. Yeah, she is not home right now. She was home, but she went to San Diego to go be with her boyfriend and get us a dog. So she's doing that. She took the Nintendo Switch with her. I'm pretty mad about that. But yeah, it's been pretty nice for before she left, have the whole family back together.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just asking because it seemed like your dad was pretty supportive of you, like getting tools, and your parents bought you a skateboard when you were really young. Like they seem pretty like supportive of you. Like I don't know, getting in. I don't know. My dad was always like, "Oh, the skateboarding thing." Like he always was trying to get me to quit. Kind of like I don't know. I just think that's cool to hear. I guess if dads are down with it, you know.
Yeah, definitely super supportive. Like it's really great that I'm very lucky. I feel very fortunate to have parents that, you know, are supportive of me like doing all of this. And yeah, I definitely think in my household it would have been like more like I guess it kind of depends on culture. It would have been more unacceptable for me to like become a housewife or think that that was my future. My parents were always very focused on like you wanting me to become financially independent, wanting me to
Mm-hmm.
become like an independent person was definitely a priority and a like a values for them that you know was passed on to me. So I feel very lucky about that.
Yeah, that really resonates with me. What do your parents do like for work?
My mother is a statistician, so she like does statistics for a cancer research firm. And then my dad, I don't know what he does actually, and he doesn't know what he does. He's just kind of like he's pretty old now, so the company that he works for doesn't want to lay him off because they would face a age discrimination suit. So I don't think he does that much at work.
What does the company do though? I'm assuming it's something in STEM, but
Oh,
like,
he works at Visa, yeah, the credit card company.
oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad. Like I grew up with both parents working. Like I feel like they always instilled that in me when I was young, and yeah. So no hate for other things, but that just really resonated with me. So thanks for sharing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Well, I don't have any more questions, Kat. Were there any? Oh, shout out to your dad.
Shout out to my dad. I think he's FaceTiming my grandma right now.
Oh, that's so sweet. Does your grandma, is she staying with you guys, or?
Now she lives in the Philippines. She's in the
Oh, but she's
Philippines,
talking to
but
them. Oh,
yeah. But yeah, she's doing pretty well right now. She was with us for a while, but you know, it's good we have all this technology that we can keep in contact with loved ones across the globe. So interesting time we live in, you know, and we can keep in contact from, you know, thousands of miles away. I don't know how far Seattle is from here, but pretty
yeah.
cool. It's good to see you, Kristen.
So good to see you. I feel like it is like thousands ish. I don't know. Thousand ish? Yeah.
I mean, if you were 20 miles away, it'd still be this effectively the same.
True. Very true. Super awesome. Was there anything else that you wanted to share with your fans?
No, not really. Like if anyone is interested in, tech or woodworking or skating or anything, hey Stephanie, I see my college friend and pseudo roommate on the chat. Pretty cool to see her here. Um, yeah, if anyone, wants any help with anything or just, wants to reach out, always feel free to reach out to me. That's all I want to say. And thank you for having me, Kristen. Thanks for being an awesome interviewer and, you know, keeping it real, keeping the folks entertained with all this skate like a girl quarantine content. Thank you.
Trying our best. Sick. Well, I'll just close this out real quick to remind everybody that there might be cats that sigh. There might be a place called Cat Acai in Brazil, and there might be shy Kates. But there's only one Cat Sai, the skater, and we love her. And I wanted to say thank you so much for being on our live stream tonight. Here's
Yeah.
that.